Welcome to Mr. English Cafe. Have you ever sat on the edge of your bed, staring at your running shoes or your laptop, waiting for a feeling to hit you? That sudden spark of energy that says, let's go. Statistically, 70% of people fail to reach their goals not because they aren't capable, but because they are waiting for a feeling that never comes. Think about your own life. How many day ones have you postponed because you just didn't feel like it today? What if I told you that waiting for motivation is like waiting for a fire to start without ever rubbing the sticks together? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Joe. I am so glad you chose to spend these few minutes with me today. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects every single one of us, motivation. Specifically, we're going to talk about the massive difference between finding motivation and creating it. If you've been feeling stuck, lazy, or like you're just not a motivated person, this episode is for you. Before we start, if you find this helpful, please hit that subscribe button or follow the podcast. It really helps me reach more people who might be struggling just like you. Let's get into it. Let's talk heart to heart. Most of us treat motivation like the weather. We look out the window and say, oh, it's sunny today, I'll go for a walk, or it's raining, I'll stay in bed. We treat motivation like something that happens to us. We call this finding motivation, but here is the problem. Finding motivation is unreliable. Imagine a friend of mine, let's call him Sam. Sam wants to write a book. Every morning, Sam wakes up and asks himself, do I feel inspired today? Usually, the answer is no. He's tired. He's worried about work, so he doesn't write? Sam is trying to find motivation. Now, compare that to Sarah. Sarah also wants to write. She doesn't ask how she feels. She sits down at 7 a.m., opens her laptop, and writes just one sentence. Usually, after that first sentence, she thinks of a second one. By the end of the hour, she feels great. Sarah is creating motivation, the big secret. Action comes before the feeling. We often think the flow goes. Inspiration gives, motivation gives action. Most people wait for a spark of inspiration, hoping it will give them the fuel, which is the motivation they need to finally take the first step. Action, we often think we need to feel good before we can do good. We wait for the stars to align before we start moving. This is like waiting for the sun to come out before you decide to be happy. It makes you a victim of your feelings. But in reality, for successful people, it goes. Action gives success. Progress gives motivation, gives more action. Motivation isn't the engine, it's the exhaust. You have to start the car, which is the action and move forward, progress before the heat of motivation kicks in to keep you going. When you just start, even with something tiny, you see a small result. That small win creates a hit of dopamine, a feeling of success. That feeling is what creates real motivation to do even more. Don't wait to feel like a runner to go for a run. Run first, and the feeling of being a runner will follow you home. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel scared. Being pathetic or lazy is often just a sign that you are overwhelmed. I've been there. I've sat on my couch for hours scrolling through my phone because the task ahead felt too big. You aren't a failure for feeling this way. You are just human. But we need to move from being waiters to being creators. I want to share the quotes that changed my life. The first is by Jack London. He was a very famous American author who wrote The Call of the Wild. He didn't have an easy life. He grew up poor and worked extremely hard jobs. He knew that if he only wrote when he felt like it, he would never escape poverty. he said. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. Inspiration is like a shy animal. It won't come to you if you are just sitting on the couch. You have to be aggressive. Think of a messy kitchen. If you wait to feel inspired to clean it, you might wait a week. But if you go after it with a club, meaning you force yourself to just wash one plate, you suddenly find the energy to finish the whole room. Next, let's talk about Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is one of the best-selling books in the world for a reason. James Clear explains that big changes come from tiny, atomic steps, he says. Motivation is often the result of action, not the cause of it. This is a complete flip of how we usually think. Have you ever forced yourself to go to the gym even though you were exhausted? Usually, after 10 minutes of moving, you suddenly feel awake and happy. The workout created the energy. The energy didn't start the workout. So, how do we apply this? Here are 3 deep suggestions. 1. The 5-minute rule: overcoming resistance. Our brains hate big tasks because they look scary. When you tell yourself, I will only do this for 5 minutes, you lower the threat level in your mind. It's a psychological trick. Most of the time, once you break the static friction of standing still, you will naturally want to finish. 2. Lower the bar: building momentum. We often fail because our goals are too high for our current energy. If you want to floss your teeth, start by flossing just one tooth. It sounds silly, right? But it's about the identity of being someone who doesn't miss a day. Once you are in motion, it is easy to keep moving. 3. Environment design: the silent coach. James Clear emphasizes that environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. If your phone is next to you, you will check it. If your running shoes are already by the door, you are more likely to put them on. Stop relying on your brain to be strong. Make your room help you instead. To wrap things up, remember this: you don't need more willpower. You don't need a magic spark. You just need to stop waiting for the perfect feeling. Motivation is a flame. You are the match. You have to strike the match yourself. It might take a few tries, and that's okay. Be patient with yourself. If you didn't do anything yesterday, that's okay. Today is a brand new chance to create a little bit of momentum. The difference between people who reach their dreams and people who don't isn't talent. It's that the successful people showed up on the days they felt like doing nothing. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope this felt like a warm hug and a little bit of a push forward. Before you go, I want you to ask yourself one deep question. What is one thing you have been avoiding because you're waiting to feel ready? And what would happen if you did it for just 5 minutes today? Think about that. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, like, and share this episode with a friend who might need a boost. Your support means the world to me. Go out there and create your spark. I believe in you. I'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks for joining us. In this podcast, you've learned the following. Let's read aloud. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. Motivation is often the result of action, not the cause of it. Motivation is often the result of action, not the cause of it. Feel free to read it aloud. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment below.